From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
It's going to be another hot one for much of the Bay Area today. We'll look at where to expect the hottest temperatures and at the ways that people are trying to stay cool.
You know, it's in the shade, there's a slight breeze, doesn't feel so bad. So I think I've acclimated to the heat.
But some people just can't take a dip in the pool or crank up the AC. How firefighters try to stay cool while keeping communities safe during scorching conditions.
If someone tries to push through it, ultimately they become a liability to themselves and to their crew.
And another tragic case of a child caught in the crossfire. A young boy critically wounded after being struck by a stray bullet on a Bay Area freeway. Good morning. It's Sunday, July 16th. I'm Max Darrow. Devin is off today. Let's start with a quick check of our weather with First Alert meteorologist Darren Peck.
We've got one more day with an excessive heat warning, and you're looking at it. Here's the daytime high set up for this afternoon. We're still going into the low hundreds for the inland valleys of the East Bay. Pleasanton, Concord, Livermore, Antioch. You'll all be there. San Jose at 91. It's a little better than yesterday. In fact, everybody's a little better than yesterday. But even if we take a few degrees off from where we were yesterday, it's still hot enough for an excessive heat warning, and I'll just show you that on the map. Everywhere on here that's colored in fuchsia is included in this. Notice it's not the East Bay shoreline where you're going to get just a little bit of help from the onshore flow today. That'll help keep the temperatures down a bit. But if you are in any of those inland valleys, you want to go easy on yourself again for one more day. I'll see you with the rest of the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll check back with Darren in a little bit. The heat wave is turning up the temperature in much of the Bay Area. Several cities saw readings yesterday of more than 100 degrees. Betty Yu reports from Walnut Creek, where even the sunset didn't bring much relief.
Temperatures reached above 100 degrees in Walnut Creek on Saturday, one of the hottest spots in the Bay Area. Even hours after the sunset, it was still about 80 degrees, and there were plenty of people dining outside. During prime dinner hours, many eateries had virtually no one sitting in their outdoor patios. But at dumpling hours on North Main Street, the wait for a table inside was quite long. We met the Huang family dining outside.
You know, it's in the shade, there's a slight breeze, doesn't feel so bad. So I think I've acclimated to the heat.
We were hungry, so I guess we just decided let's do it and we'll try to stick it out.
The East Bay family said they didn't venture out until the temperature dropped to a manageable 80 degrees.
We stayed inside and we did everything we were neglecting inside the house.
Just keep everything fresh.
The popular dim sum spot said you normally see long lines out the door, but on this blazing hot day, to-go orders are up and the restaurant is far less busy.
Today's is slow. Yeah, usually like Saturday, we have the long lines all the way over there, you know. At least takes an hour. Usually, people walk on the street, take a walk and shopping, you know. Today's just too hot. Nobody want to go out.
And hi, have you guys been helped yet?
People did come out for Lottie's Creamery. The handcrafted ice cream shop said there was a constant line out the door all day and into the night.
We have extra people. We have to stock up on ice cream for sure. Everything gets made in-house throughout the week, and everything throughout the week, we have a constant supply of ice cream.
The excessive heat warning runs until 11 p.m. on Sunday. Some say it finally feels like summer.
Oh, it's been kind of cold and windy this summer, so a couple hot days like this is sort of welcome, I guess.
The most common advice doctors give during a heat wave is to avoid strenuous activity during the hottest parts of the day. But there are some jobs where you just can't avoid the heat, like being a firefighter, for example. Our Devin Feely talked with a firefighter in the South Bay about the precautions they take to avoid heat-related illness.
With many parts of the Bay Area flirting with triple-digit temperatures this weekend, there are few jobs exposed to more raw heat than firefighters. From the furnace blast of the fire itself to the more than 50 pounds of protective gear that each firefighter typically wears.
And that gear is meant to protect us from the heat, so it doesn't allow our bodies to breathe as well as, say, a t-shirt would or our typical athletic apparel.
San Jose Fire's Mark Thomas says that leaves firefighters battling the blaze while simultaneously trying to compensate for the effects that heat can have on the human body. For that, he says, hydration and rest and vigilance are key.
No one's going to know their body better than themselves, so if they're starting to feel the signs of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, It's up to them to be able to communicate that to their company officer or captain or battalion chief.
Heat exhaustion and heat stroke can be dangerous and, if unrecognized and untreated, can be deadly. And doctors warn the hotter it gets, the faster it can happen.
As the temperature goes up, as we get into the 90s and even higher, it requires less activity to really raise the body temperature. You're going to be sweating more. You're going to be at higher risk for getting dehydrated and exertional heat illness.
Doctors urge people to avoid strenuous exercise during the hottest part of the day. That's a luxury that firefighters often can't afford, but they can send more crews to an average fire, allowing them to rest, recuperate, and hydrate when they begin to feel the effects of the heat.
If someone tries to push through it, ultimately they become a liability to themselves and to their crew, because if a firefighter goes down, you're going to take resources that were previously being used to help put out the emergency or take care of the emergency, and now they're going to be focusing on taking care of that firefighter that went down.
People also managed to endure the heat in Napa with a little help from some wine as they were enjoying Festival Napa Valley. The heat didn't stop people from turning out, but with a high of 90 degrees, it was tough keeping fine wine at ideal temperatures. The Chardonnays, they're supposed to be on ice, but the reds required some juggling.
So what we're trying to do today is serve the wines at cellar temperature in 100-degree weather. So we're juggling, we're pulling reds in and out of ice just to keep them cool.
Festival Napa Valley continues for 2 more weeks with wine and live music to raise money for local arts and education programs. And while wine country is on the hot side, the coast remains quite pleasant. San Francisco's Ocean Beach is nice and mild this weekend. We spoke with a Cloverdale woman lured by the cool conditions.
The plan was we were going to get her from the airport and then come up north, and it's too hot for us. So my sister's graciously letting us all stay at her house while it's like that up there.
A tale of many different climates here. For a list of Bay Area cooling centers and other tips to beat the heat, head to KPIX.com. You can also stay up to date on the heat wave on the CBS News app. In other news, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake triggered a tsunami warning for southern Alaska. The USGS wrote that the quake occurred about 100 miles south of Sandpoint, which is south of the Alaskan Peninsula, late last night. The National Weather Service issued the brief tsunami warning in Anchorage, saying there was a risk of significant inundation. You're listening to social media video of an earthquake siren sounding outside of a building in Kodiak. The tsunami warning was downgraded to an advisory, then canceled altogether this morning. The USGS says the earthquake happened along a subduction zone, which is an area where large tremors are common. Back here at home in the Bay Area, an 8-year-old child is fighting for his life after being struck by a bullet in the crossfire of a rolling gun battle on an East Bay freeway. It happened on eastbound 580 on Friday evening. The CHP says there were a lot of witnesses on the freeway at the time of the shooting, and they are asking anyone to come forward. Our Da Lin has the latest on the 8-year-old victim.
The 8-year-old boy remains at Oakland Children's Hospital. He was listed in grave condition. We learned he and his mom were on their way to dinner when they were caught up in a rolling gun battle between 2 cars. Eastbound 580 in Oakland is back to normal, but the life of one family is forever changed.
Very sad. Very sad. We had me and my daughter in tears last night.
Linda Sakara came to Oakland Children's Hospital to visit her grandson. She ran into the 8-year-old victim's family and started talking with one of them.
They were driving to go to dinner at one of the parents' house, and they heard sound like firecrackers, and then they looked over and saw their window shattered, and then they saw him leaning over.
The CHP says the shooting happened on eastbound I-580 near Harrison Street in Oakland. Investigators say people in a dark gray SUV and a maroon SUV were exchanging gunfire on the freeway. A stray bullet hit the 8-year-old boy. Even a veteran officer was emotional while briefing the media.
When a child is struck by gunfire or a violent crime occurs, it touches you.
Detectives say the 2 suspect cars got off the freeway by taking the Park Boulevard exit. Officers shut down the eastbound lanes for a few hours and searched for shell casings.
The freeways are really unsafe right now. I don't feel safe driving on them. Even coming here to see my grandson today, I felt scared.
The CHP reports 384 highway shootings in the Bay Area from 2019 to 2021, many of them in Alameda County, followed by Contra Costa County. They haven't released any numbers for 2022. Some cities have installed surveillance cameras on Highway 4 and Interstate 80, and there's a growing demand to do the same on Oakland freeways.
Cameras, it could be a good thing, but also in the wrong hands, it could be a very nefarious thing, right? A very awful thing.
Elected leaders say privacy concerns and money remain a roadblock for freeway cameras.
I feel sorry for my grandkids to have to grow up in this unsafe world now.
So far, no arrests. We'll be sure to pass along any updates on the 8-year-old victim.
Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao released a statement on the shooting saying, quote, "As a mother, my heart breaks for the young victim and the victim's family. Senseless gun violence has impacted far too many lives, and when an innocent child is harmed, it is unfathomable. Our OPD officers will be working with CHP to do everything we can to apprehend those who are responsible for this senseless act and hold them accountable."